It's Thursday night, and it's time to unwrap Las Vegas right here on VANR. That's VegasAllNetRadio.com, which means it's time for Vegas Unwrapped. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Aaron Phillips and Ricky Cash.
And a good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sweet 16 edition of Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. We are coming to you live from the Vegas All Net Radio studios in beautiful downtown Burbank. No, beautiful downtown center town of Las Vegas. I am Aaron Phillips, Bobcat behind the board, JPEG behind the camera, and back from his sabbatical in North Carolina, taking in more basketball, probably in the span of 72 to 96 hours than he has in his previous almost 70 years of existence on this earth. Mr. Ricky Cash is back in studio. How are you, partner?
Very good, thank you.
Yes.
Very
welcome
good.
Back. It was interesting to do the show without you last week. I don't know if you heard the podcast. I saw you heard the show last week.
I listened to the whole show.
Bobcat, you're in deep shit this week, pal.
I'm telling you. Nehemiah dead, right? Marmalade dead, and then exactly. Bobcat dead.
D-E-D.
D-E-D, baby. Picking on me.
702-483-4444 is our number. You can get us on Skype at Vegas All Net Radio. Become part of the show. We got a lot going on tonight, Mr. Cash. This is the last show of the month.
What's happening?
Well, for those of you who are already looking at the YouTube, want to say hello to everybody listening on podcasts and on YouTube. Our first guest coming up here in about 10 minutes is the publisher who was silly enough to award me the Distinguished Men of 2015 award or honorary title for the class of 2015. Mr. Damon Christopher will be our first guest talking about the publishing as well as some new programs that his publishing company is getting underway, like scholarships and stuff to support our community.
Unbelievable how he emptied out our checking account to get this award.
That's right. That's right. Well, donations are important, And then coming up in the second hour, what's happening this weekend? Saturday.
On a Flight, Southern Nevada, Red Rock, Harley-Davidson store in South Rainbow and Sahara. It pancakes.
Is the pancakes for $5 from 8 to 11:30. You get 2 pancakes about the size of a spare tire.
Right.
You get a couple of sausages.
Right.
Get some OJ or water or coffee or whatever you want to drink.
Right.
But more importantly, the donation of the breakfast money goes to Honor Flight, which if you don't know what that is, first of all, you've been sleeping because we talk about it a lot here on the show. But it's an organization that raises funds to send back World War II veterans to look at the Washington monuments for the first time to honor the war veterans who've never done it before. And you're talking about 80, 85, 90-year-olds.
These aren't spring chickens.
No, they're not spring. And here's the thing. God bless them, because they only go back for a weekend.
Yeah, I know.
They do everything. They fly out early Friday. They get in a little sightseeing Friday. They're sightseeing all day Saturday. A little Sunday before they hit the plane to come back.
Right.
I mean, I can't do that. I don't want to. It's crazy.
Where's your nap?
Yeah, really, there'll be no time for my nap. So come on down, $5. It's all donations. They do this about every 6 months. They have a flight schedule for the middle of next month, and it's a great cause. Come on down. Cash and I and JPEG will be down there doing some interviews as we've done to support them. They'll be up on YouTube. And, so come on. And it's going to be a beautiful 90 degrees here on Saturday, supposed to be a high of. So it's going to be beautiful weather versus last April when we did this, when we froze our tatas off because of how cold it was in the morning before the sun came over the building.
Wow, that was amazing. But I'll tell you, it won't hit 90 while we're there.
No, thank God.
No, I mean, that's 5 o'clock.
I might pay my first visit to the pool this year.
5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
A.M.?
No, PM.
Thank God.
Jeez.
Are you sure you're not Cash? Unbelievable.
Hey, somebody had to fill in for you last week.
Yeah, I heard
we
that
did
too.
have 1 or 2 Cashisms last week, I think. Did we not?
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's this weekend, and so come on down 8 to 11:30 at the Red Rock Harley-Davidson. And should be a lot of fun. They do a great job. They give up really their entire parking lot for those 3.5 hours. And what's really cool is when the bike clubs come down. The bike club veterans, when you hear them roaring, it's 6 miles away. They all come down in packs and groups to support this as veterans. And you know, the last set of videos we did 6 months ago there. The one video that has gotten the most play. Do you remember we spoke to that motorcycle veteran who was from the Vietnam War?
Yeah.
And he talked about going to the wall of the Vietnam War Memorial there. And this man let loose his emotions. That's been the number one video that has been watched from our last bunch of videos, which, by the way, we call this a segue. Go to youtube.com/Unwrapped2010 and check out all of our videos. We have almost 300 videos up. But it's really a great event.
Looking forward to it. I'm not going to be having the pancake breakfast.
No, I know. Why is that? Let our audience know.
Well, after this trip, and boy, I ate well, and I'll talk about that when the time comes.
You made me jealous about the egg rolls on the way here.
Oh, please. Real Eastern Chinese food. It was wonderful. I have to lose the 25 pounds by April 22nd in order to qualify to get the knee surgery.
Yes.
We've been through all of that. So, I don't know. It's got to be 10 years ago. We did the Master Cleanse.
Not we. Don't say we, like I did it with you.
Yeah, and the Master Cleanse basically is a lemonade cleanse with maple syrup, but the killer...
Cayenne pepper.
Yeah, the killer is the 32 ounces of sea salt water you have to drink in the morning to start your day. So I started it today, and believe it or not, I was finished. My trips to the facility by about 9 o'clock. So it's worked well. Day one, but I'm doing.
And
this.
I appreciate not leaving any residue in my car, by the way.
No problem. I'm doing this for 9 days. Then I'm taking off a week, and then I'm doing it 10 days before April 22nd.
Actually, Passover should be very good in helping you.
Well, that's going to be my first night, and I'm going right for the matzo ball soup.
No. I know that. But when you consider we don't have bread, so your carbs are down.
Right.
You can't really do much with gefilte fish.
No, and you're really not supposed to eat a lot. So for me, it's going to be, for a Passover dinner, for me, it's going to be the appetizers. The matzahs.
Right.
The matzo ball soup and the gefilte fish, maybe a little harosas.
No. All right.
Anyway, so let me briefly.
All right, wait. Before you start talking about North Carolina,
all right, go ahead.
We salute you.
You salute me?
I'll salute you.
You salute me?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, it's having its problem today.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Big time radio.
All right.
I'm waiting for the CBS Sports theme to come on.
All right, never mind. We'll cue that up. But go ahead, start talking
Salute
about
me later. All right, I got a shout out. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the trip with Lois and Mike and all that. But here's how, no matter where you go, you're going to run into somebody. So here, Lois and I are going to the movies, and I'm wearing my Mets shirt and my Yankee jacket.
Yeah, listen to this combination.
Which I borrowed from Mike, right?
I thought I felt the ground shake here.
Yeah. Anyway, so some guy comes over to me, and he says, "Look at that, Mets and Yankees. What's the story?" So I said to him, "Well, I'm a Mets fan, but I borrowed the Yankee thing because I needed to." Well, we get to talking. Guy's name is Ralph, right? From Sheepshead Bay in Mill Basin in Brooklyn.
No.
Right. And we started talking, and terrific guy. Comes out to Vegas every year around Thanksgiving. Makes his deposit. Or in this case, last year, he made a little bit because he's a poker player, made some money, and I promised him that I would give him a shout-out. So, Ralph, hope you're listening because we know where you live, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Was he also a Mets fan?
No. I believe he was a Yankees fan, and it made no sense because he was from Brooklyn. So,
all right, can you bring up my pod there? I'll salute him, I hope. That's... You don't recognize your toilet flushing?
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Oh, jeez. Yes.
He's back.
He's back.
All right. Well, I'm dealing with one ear here. Thank you very much for that salute.
Yes, I figured that would make it feel right at home.
In fact, I got to go now. No. First of all, Lois and Mike put me up for 8 days and 8 nights, and we just had the best of time. I mean,
did they put you up, or did they have to put up with you?
Well, I was wondering after Sunday, or as we got 5 or 6 days in whether or not I was
Beginning to stink like fish?
No. I had a nice shower, but I was a little worried that I was wearing out my welcome. But obviously, these are two of the most gracious people you ever want to meet. We went out, we ate, and stuff like that. Mike and I went to 4 games on Friday. The first set, round 2 as they call it.
Right.
And then we went back, and that started at like 12 o'clock, and we didn't leave there till almost midnight. So we were there pretty much throughout. And the seats were great, but nevertheless,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. And, so anyway, we went back Sunday for the finals to put Michigan State and Duke into the Sweet 16.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, it was a bucket list item. I wanted to go to NCAA basketball, a regional final or regional whatever, because whatever the case may be. But I had a great time. Lois is terrific, as always. Michael, I got to give so much kudos to this guy. I mean, you think I walk poorly? He's got all sorts of stuff going on. He's going to have a shoulder, rotator cuff. He's going to have that done. Tuesday, we took him to an imaging place. He had to have an MRI because he had so much trouble with his legs and walking and stuff like that. And
Well, the two of you could have had a race.
oh, you should have seen us, both of us with canes, walking through the Time Warner Arena there in Charlotte. It was like amazing. We were first ones in, but we were the last ones out.
And you were up in the third tier. You
Second
texted me.
tier.
Oh, second tier.
Yeah, it was second tier, third row, and wasn't too much walking to the seats difficult. But I brought back a souvenir.
Yes,
for my
I was going to say my hat collection, my
And,
Final Four hat.
I was-
in Vegas Unwrapped colors, by the way, if you noticed.
And I was going to wear the Final Four shirt that I bought, but I pulled the wrong one out of the closet. What can I tell you?
Yeah, especially since we had a meeting with.
I know. Believe me, I know. But all in all, great vacation, wonderful friends, wonderful people, and there was the thing that was probably most exciting about it is there was no stress. There was no stress whatsoever.
Well, that's
and you go
that's what's
away.
supposed to happen
That's
when
what's
we go away.
supposed to. It doesn't usually, as
That's
we know
true.
from the past experiences.
That's true.
But all's well that ends well. I'd love to get out there again, but who knows?
But I am disappointed in one thing.
Okay. Oh, we didn't get the picture done.
Okay, wait.
They'll get the picture
I'm disappointed in two things.
done. No, they'll get the picture done because they did get their Ricky Cash fan club.
Yes.
All the stuff. They were so thrilled with it. Yeah, I know. And it was good. What are you disappointed in?
You didn't bring back egg rolls.
I didn't bring back. I wanted to bring back Chick-fil-A. I was so
There's
disappointed.
Chick-fil-A here in town, isn't there?
No, they
Chick-fil-A?
won't. They won't come to Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
So
Sin City.
and Chick-fil-A was always my favorite. So the very first day for lunch, we went to Chick-fil-A. Oh, was I disappointed? They changed them. There's a breading now, a crust, and it's spicy, and I was so disappointed.
But he had real egg rolls that are like this thick.
Yeah, like the
You know.
real egg rolls, right?
As long as we're talking about the NCAA tournament, and tonight there's a couple of games going on. Wisconsin held off UNC, 79-72.
Oh, okay.
Kentucky is, as of right now, with about 13 minutes to go in the first half, is up 15-2 over West Virginia.
What happened in the Notre Dame Wichita State game?
This is called a build-up. I was leaving that for last. Work with me, Mr. Cash. Sheesh. Notre Dame beat Wichita 81-70.
Yeah.
Greg Marshall, is he going to be out of Wichita? Is he going to Alabama, Texas? Who knows? He's going to be the hot commodity.
He's a hot guy.
So we shall see. All right, let's step aside for our first break. Coming up on the other side, it's Damon Christopher. He'll be here. It's 18-2 now. I've updated my screen. The Kentucky game. He'll be joining us on the other side of the break. It must have been tougher things to do. He is coming in to sit with us for a little bit. So anyway, Vegas Unwrapped is on the air, folks. Buckle up. Mr. Bobcat, would you do the honors, please?
Certainly. Thank you very much. Good evening, guys, and good evening to you all out there. This is the first half of Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, JPEG, yours truly, the Bobcat. When we come back, special guest, Mr. Damon Christopher will be in the studio. Oh, my God. Has he got something to hold on to?
All right, welcome back to now I'm thinking, what show am I on Thursday nights? On Tuesday, I'm trying to not say Vegas Unwrapped. Now I'm trying not to say Tony Martini's show. Holy shnikes. My God. Mr. Cash, what are you doing over there on your phone?
I was just trying to...
Turn the clicks off?
Yeah.
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 In my butt.
It is off.
It is off?
Yeah.
The clicks?
Well, everything's
When you
off.
text?
Everything's off.
The most annoying sound is his phone when he texts. He's got that heavy, the clicking sound when you hit the buttons.
Like a typewriter.
Not even a type. It sounds more like from his dark ages, the chisel and hammer on the rocks. That's what it sounds like. For over 20 years, Carol Billmore, founder of Distinguished Publishing Company, has honored Nevada women and men with the recognition they deserve for their vision and leadership and the contributions to our state. Established in 1989, the Distinguished Women and Men in Nevada pictorial biographical books have profiled outstanding Nevadans. How did I get in there? In hundreds of professions. These award-winning books are considered in our state to be one of the most influential reference directors. Please welcome to Vegas Unwrapped, Mr. Damon Christopher. How are you, sir?
Thank you for having me, Aaron.
Say that again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. Got to step it up here.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I know.
Hey,
You're sleeping on the job. What are you going to do?
That's all right.
And you wonder why we talk about him in front of him.
First, let me thank you for having me on.
Oh,
Aaron,
our pleasure.
And Ricky, got to meet you for the first time, and having me on the show.
Oh, it's our pleasure. I have to admit, I did not know that your publication exists. It's since 1989. That's as long as I've been married. So I know it's 26 years, or going on 26, depending upon when the actual date is. And 4 or 5 months ago, I get this letter from you via email saying that I received this award, and I was nominated by Don Hoff. You know Don, the real estate agent,
Sure.
who I've known for a couple of years through the networking circles. And first I had to pick myself up off the floor, because I was, first of all, to be nominated for something like that with the company that, once I got to look at the website and see who all in the past has been involved with this, I was just humbled by the whole thing. How did you guys get this started? Why in 1989 did the publishing company start recognizing the people within the state and their contributions?
Sure, thank you. It's a family business, as
Okay,
you know.
right.
It started with my mother and father originally coming up with the idea of recognizing individuals for many accomplishments that were really key, and a lot of people didn't really know what was, what in the community, what was going on as much. So Carol had reached out to some of her friends, Senator Ann O'Connell and other ladies, and it actually started off with highlighting just the women of notoriety in Southern Nevada. It wasn't even the whole state.
Okay.
So the first few years, it was just distinguished women in Nevada, and then eventually had grown into women and men. Then we started doing separate books in being more specialized, and it's grown for 26 years as an annual publication. It's the only hardcover book of its kind.
Right.
It's the distribution is throughout the whole state now. It
Okay.
represents people from Carson City, Reno, everything in between to the Las Vegas Valley, and I'm really excited about this particular book, the one that even celebrity radio personalities like you are deserving of such, because we truly want diversity. We want people from artists to writers and everything in between,
Right.
because that's what represents the individuals in the state. It's not just people only in gaming or finance or mining or certain iconic professions,
Industries,
but
right.
it's truly everybody, and we want that richness and that fullness, and people to understand that we have a heritage and we have culture, and we have people that have such a huge heart that pour into our city and impact our community and our children. And this book really kind of embodies all of that, and it's a biography, but it's their life history, and we're even adding in something special this year, which is a statement or a vision from individuals that they can add into the book itself. So it'll be completely unique, and it's not been posted anywhere. It won't be until the book is actually out. So I'm really super proud of that. And again, this is the 300 men of impact in about 70 professions. And so again, it stems really originally from our board of directors and men and women in the last maybe book or two is where we get the nominations from. And clearly, Dawn, she was Dawn Half was in the last book, and she was just wonderful and so sweet and kind enough to make that recommendation. And so I reached out to you,
right?
And but because we like to have a balance.
Sure.
It's not everybody. I mean, there could be thousands of people in this book, but clearly we want to have the nominations submitted. We review those. Then we want an equilibrium. We want a balance so that we can weigh it out and kind of because otherwise it'll be all attorneys.
Sure. Yeah, really.
Right.
Right. That's right.
So we want to have a balance in it,
Right.
and it makes sense. And it's I am completely blessed to be able to spend my day interviewing and 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 people sometimes in a day. I could spend 45 minutes to up to 3 hours. Because once they come in, that whole said biography goes out the window, and I also do all the portraits of all the men and the women as well. So once we get through that whole process, the armor is down,
right.
and you really get to know the person,
right.
and it's a wonderful experience, and I get to know them on a personal level, and I have the greatest job that anybody could have, and I can thank my mom. Carol Bellmeyer for being kind enough to entrust me with something that she designed from nothing and had over many decades now has become this wonderful iconic book that you'll find in public libraries. You'll find them in the Library of Congress, the Nevada Archives. You'll find in a number of different places in the public sector, and then of course private companies. And we have wonderful sponsors through the years. That's how we are funded is by the support of local and corporate sponsors.
About a month after I got the initial letter and I did my portrait with Damon, I get another email from him. Only this time it's in my personal email to my real identity. So, and I don't remember who nominated me under my real name, but I replied back. I said, I'm very distinguished to get 2 nominations. I said, but you already got me through this channel. So it was and I don't remember who was kind enough to do it under my real name, but we clarified that in my biography. So it was kind of interesting.
It's interesting for me on this. Once I got over the shock. No. I'll tell you what. He's basically. Your knowledge of him goes back to this, because he's coming in as you said, a radio personality, celebrity personality. I know him a lot longer than that, and almost from day one, Aaron, who wasn't Aaron then, but that doesn't matter. But Aaron basically was so oriented in terms of service to the community that this award really doesn't. Yes, 6.5 years, Vegas Unwrapped, what we're trying to do, what we have done in the past, and we're both of us are very, very proud of it. But I'm talking about those 12 to 13 years prior to that we were friends, and the ultimate service to the community. He was the one that got me involved in Kiwanis. And going out to Cashman Field on a July 4th night, and the temperature 170 degrees behind that griddle, the food counter. And, he instilled in me a feeling that you've got to give back. And quite frankly, that was a new concept for me. Because I had only been out here a few years myself. And, people come here for different reasons, most of them to escape from where they were. But the fact of the matter is that, and I don't want to swell his head, but he's very, very, very deserving of the honor that, has been bestowed upon him. And I'm just delighted for it. I think it's a great, great job and a great concept that we have here. It just doesn't represent anymore just Southern Nevada, but the entire state, and that's great.
I think that's where
say thank you.
No, I'll give you the $20 bill for saying all that later.
You go.
But thank you. No, seriously, and we've talked about that in the past. But to be part of this, or anybody that's been in it, to be in the same group, whether you like his politics or not, the governor, and some of the other people that I know going in. We know Paul Lofgren.
Very well.
He got nominated this year, and Tony Ferrer, and many people. And to know that it's about the whole state really kind of puts it in perspective as to where my place in history is. Small piece. Just like this big. But to be part of that history and to be part of that diversity like you described, which is pretty cool, because that's what we do on Vegas Unwrapped. We try to talk about the diversity of this town. You just put it into pictures and words.
Yeah. It really is an honor to, just be a part of this experience, and it also helps fuel something else, which is our scholarship program as well. We established the Carol Bellmeyer Scholarship, Distinguished Scholarship, in the year 2000. And so recipients from UNLV and CSN, receive help. And clearly it's been an issue for college tuition and going up and books and everything, so it was important for us. And this year we're actually going to expand and include UNR as well, since the whole book represents the state.
Oh, very good.
So that was one of my goals this year, was to broaden it so that all of the colleges were able to receive funding in some capacity as well. And also broaden it to what we call the Distinguished Initiative, which is, through our 26 years of relationships that we've built over time, is to bridge together internship opportunities, mentorship opportunities as well with the students. So the students that we have that are going through the process at, say a student at UNLV is in hospitality, we can kind of put them together with individuals front of the house, back of the house, so they get that experience, and also that one-on-one time with a mentorship program when they come in their junior, senior year. And that could clearly change the course of their life in the direction by having somebody that just cares enough and that they respect and would take the time to give them. And I think it's really meaningful. So that aspect of it, not just having a scholarship, but being interactive, was key to broadening the scope. So that was a big goal for us as well this year, is to make it a bit more than that.
The website is distinguishedwomenandmen.com. You can see all the current list of biographies that were awarded for 2015 and all sorts of other important information. I want to step aside for a bottom of the hour break. We'll come back with more to learn a little bit more about the scholarship fund. And are you planning still that big party to honor everybody so far?
We're going to have an event in the summer.
Hold that thought.
Oh, my God.
Vegas Unwrapped. More with Damon from Distinguished Publication on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. All right. We're back.
Yes, we are.
Once again, some of the best discussions happen when the mics are not on.
That's true.
Start leaving the camera on.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a question.
That would
for
be
you.
a spoof reel.
I have a question for Damon. Let's get back to this.
Yes, go ahead.
Damon, how do you raise money for things like scholarships, and where does the income come in order to publish this very large book?
From our sponsors.
Okay.
Yeah, from corporate sponsors and so on. That's clearly the main way. And we've had some, like Dignity Health has been with us for a long time, and just Rod Davis is an amazing man, and he's been with us for some time, and also is on our board as well. So NV Energy has been with us as well. And a host of other sponsors, but the funding comes there so that we are able to kind of funnel, to do the book, be able to go through the operations and make it, from this concept into a physical book, which is such a great thing to kind of envision it and then make it,
Make it so.
Yeah, make it so,
Mm-hmm.
and get that out there to have the distribution of the book yeah, so that basically, the sponsors have just been phenomenal. And
What's the average scholarship about?
I mean, we've broken them up. We're not entirely in charge of the amounts. Like they'll break them up into pieces how they see fit.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be 500 or it can be 5,000.
Wow.
So it can go into different aspects. So my mom, Carol, has set that up before, different structures, different grade point averages. I mean, it gets all meticulous about how they want to do it. But yeah.
Well-deserving students, I'm sure.
Yes, well, that's the other thing. It's not only just based on say a GPA,
right?
Or of course dire financial need, but also we also look at students that are first in family, which is I think a really big thing to me. and also to the families, and also second chance adults are another example. There are, say, I'll just use an example of a young lady that maybe started a family and then decided late 20s, 30 that I want to go back to school or go to school, and we work with them to kind of develop them and give them the opportunity to
make a fresh start,
make a placement and make a fresh start, and so we look at that as well. So it's not just young high school students and so on coming out of from their education straight into school. It's also we want to have it more opportunity for individuals, to receive funding when in need.
Now, not only do you, of course, recognize the recipients through the book, but I remember reading on site that you also do a celebratory function, and I know last year you had a pretty big one in October, I believe.
Right. We have just one event a year. Last year was really exciting. Jim Rogers and his wife Beverly had allowed us the honor to have it at his car museum, and this was actually before he had passed. And when he did, we were kind of uncertain how things were, but they were kind enough to allow us to still have the event there. And this was at this magnificent venue. There were 300 classic cars from the 20s to the 80s. He took him 30 years to restore these vehicles. 150 hardtop, 150 soft top. Museum just would floor you. It takes you as soon as you walk in there. You were just transported in time. And had a wonderful facility for us to have this, and everybody came out. The support was beyond my imagination. We could have probably done 2 or 3 times the amount of people. There were well over 300 at this, hanging off the rafters. We had it.
Love to see that.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
It was Kate. We had a private caterer, which was a lady. Annie from Annie's Gourmet was the chef, and she was also in the book. And her father, Mr. DeFalco, was in the book in 2012.
Oh, wow.
And,
Okay.
so it was a kind of a family thing, and it was incredible spread, and everybody was just elated. We gave away we had the Distinguished Endeavor Awards, which was given to 7 different fields or different professions to women that have really were at the highest level of being honored. And Pat Mulroy was one of the recipients, and Jerry Schroeder, I know she's running for office again right now, and she was for just their commitment and their focus and just what they do to give back and are so significant to our community in what they do. So that was just a beautiful day. Everybody, the energy was it was hot in there because it's a garage still, kind of thing. But but nobody cared.
Right.
It was just about the supporting of everybody
and everything.
Exactly. So we're going to do something with
I was
the
going to
men.
say, hit me up with what we're doing for my
That's
class.
right. So this summer we're going to be I can't let the cat meow out of the bag.
Just tell my air conditioning will be
But
there.
yes,
Okay,
I'll
good.
have at least somebody
Fanning, okay,
personally
very good.
following you around. JPEG.
Oh, it's right in there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're gonna. I have a few things in mind, but I won't let you down. We will have something spectacular, and it won't be just the regular chicken lunch kind of thing that get bored with. It'll be interactive. It'll be inspiring, and worthy of the cause, which is to also raise funds for the scholarship and continue the next project, which. We're going to start after the men's book, of course, but into the fall, into next year, is going to be a notable families of Nevada.
Okay.
And that's about kind of all I can really get into at this point. But
as it develops, you'll keep coming back. And
it's very exciting. We've got rich history and generational stories that need to be examined and told and inspiring. And I think anybody that has ever had a family business or knows somebody can relate to the struggles, can relate to the good, the bad, and the ugly. But as the world changes and evolves, the global economy, as technology changes, as
Right.
there's so many things, and plus we had our history of like the mob and corporate
Right.
America kind of coming. There's so many things that other states did not have
Right.
that we had. So I think I'm really excited about that project, and just looking for the
Cool.
support.
As it happens, like I said, you come back on with us, you share the news, you share the wealth, and we'd love to be part of the announcements.
You know, I know Aaron well enough that I could probably speak for him sometimes. And when you talked about interns, I'm sure that we would love, and I say we would love to have an intern through your program to work with, Vegas Unwrapped and of course, Vegas Unwrapped Productions. I think that would be tremendous.
Absolutely.
Especially with some new up-and-coming events
Projects,
for us.
yes.
Yeah, projects.
100%.
All right. When we're ready for that, we'll let you know. So, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming up. I think it's great what your concept's been for so long. I love the scholarship idea because anything that's done to give back is aces in our book. And again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be part of this book and come down and it's just such an honor for me. I mean, I'm only a resident of Nevada for 18 years. In comparison to many people that I meet, though, I feel like a lifer,
Right.
But it's an honor for me to be part of the 2015 class, and some of the people that I know going in with them is pretty cool too. And maybe in a year or two we'll get Mr. Cash in there if we can.
If I live that
If he
long.
listens. He is mentioned in my bio, so he's in there.
There
Just
you
not
go.
in picture.
That's
so.
fine.
All right, Damon, thanks again for coming in.
Thank
we
you,
look
Aaron.
forward to more from you in the future.
I appreciate the time.
Vegas Unwrapped will be back with Doing It With Styles. It's his turn to be out in front of the camera. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Vegas Unwrapped continues. Are you guys done playing with your toys over there?
Well, he owns the place, He comes in here and he whips out all sorts
Almost. Hey.
Hey, come on. I like that.
Hey.
Did you pick your office yet?
Shut up.
I'm not
picking up.
I'm still not on.
You're
Still not on?
Nah, I got this one.
That sounds like a personal problem if you ask me.
Oh, this is the other ear.
Is that better?
Well, you have two?
I'm trading ears. Are we on?
We're on.
Oh,
Are we on?
Cool.
Is this?
Do you not hear yourself in your headset?
You never know with this place. Come on.
All right, hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for Doing It With Styles.
It's time for Doing It With Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction.
All right, it's that time for Mr. JPEG to let us know who's been doing it with style since last week. Take it away.
Good evening, Mr. Phillips. Good evening, Mr. Cash. Good evening, Mr. Cat.
Mr. Cat. That's Mr. Cat to you. I like
Mr. Bob.
Okay.
At least you got him to smile for the first time tonight.
I hope. How much time we got? What have we got? Hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. We might have enough time here for this one tonight.
Hey, that's all right.
All right.
Welcome to the JPEG show.
So
Don't give him any ideas.
yeah, we lie on this place. Okay. We're gonna do a little change up on Doing It With Styles.
Change up.
Change up. Something that's always fascinated me, and especially as I get older. So, basically, tonight's doing. Oh God, I love it, man!
Great.
That's it. That is a. I got to get a shot of that before the show is over.
Really works
that is
well
a
with that
John.
orange shirt.
That's a John Lindquist shirt and tie.
What did you get a tie for? You don't wear ties.
I got a going away present.
Going away.
Yes.
Where you going?
From Mr. Axel. He came in and said,
Mr. Axel?
Mr. Axel,
Who's that?
Axl Rhodes.
for the next phase of the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
He just brought me a tie.
That's very nice.
I've been away way too long.
Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Doing It With Styles. All right, tonight is a mind-blowing episode. These 23 unbelievable facts will destroy your understanding of time.
Uh-oh. All right.
I love lists.
I thought you might. All right. Number 1. Cleopatra lived closer to the building of Pizza Hut than the pyramids.
Okay.
Dead air, guys.
I'm letting that process.
Okay. Number 2. I'm going to stop numbering these after that. So
Okay.
Good.
Every-
You only have about 6 minutes left.
I know, I'm hurrying. Every 2 minutes, we take as many photos as all of humanity took during the 1800s.
I would believe that wholeheartedly. Snapchat, emails.
Yeah.
Oh, no question.
Yeah. All right. Oxford University is older than the Aztecs.
Oh, wow.
Now this isn't BS. These are real facts.
All right.
All right.
You pulled it off the internet, right?
Of course.
So everything is true. on the
Everything's true on the internet. So and I had just read a quote by Abraham Lincoln that said that not everything you read on the internet is
internet.
true.
Right, of
So-
course. And he was
Okay,
right.
this one I like this one. I think you will too. Okay, Will Smith is now older than Uncle Phil was at the beginning of Fresh Prince.
Wow. Unfortunately, Uncle Phil is dead.
I
He's
know.
DED. Dead.
DD?
He's DED.
Oh, my God.
All right. In the span of 66 years, we went from taking flight to landing on the moon.
That's
66 years.
wow. That's nothing.
You think that's nothing? Well, you hear
Wait,
this,
here's
one. There is more processing power in a Texas Instrument 83 calculator than in the computer that landed Apollo 11 on the moon.
That's wild.
No running out of RAM there. Huh?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, RAM.
I don't even know what RAM is. What am I talking about?
Random
They're from-
access memory.
They're from St. Louis. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
All right. The oldest living person's birth is closer to the signing of the Constitution than present day.
No.
Where did he come up with this
No,
stuff?
no.
Yeah.
How can that be?
He found it on the internet. It's true.
When was the signing of the Constitution?
1789.
Dead air.
Wasn't
So-
it?
so it's-
1789.
Yeah, so it can't be.
the signing of the Constitution.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, the Declaration was 76.
Right.
Right. But it doesn't say.
Yeah, but
It says the Constitution.
well,
All right, let's keep going. Let's
Okay, let's keep going. Okay, never mind. Okay. John Tyler, America's 10th president, has 10th president. President number 10.
Number 10.
All right, has 2 living grandchildren. Not great-grandchildren, grandchildren.
They're old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Going back to Cleopatra, kind of.
that's time. That's also impossible.
How is it impossible?
Well, okay. Let's
What
just
years
say,
were the 10th president?
John Tyler served from 1841 to 1845, a full 20 years before Abraham Lincoln. He had a son, Lyon, at age 63. Lyon would have Lyon Jr. and Harrison at 71 and 75, respectively. Both are still alive today and in their 80s. So,
no, so one out
all
of
right?
two.
All right. So there's still hope for you,
Still
Ricky. You might get lucky. All right. The first pyramids were built while the woolly mammoth was still alive.
Wow.
And for those of you that don't know, that's a big old elephant.
With a lot of hair.
Yeah.
And tusks.
Yeah.
Like Manny in Ice Age?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, the fax machine. I don't believe this one either. The fax machine was invented the same year people were traveling the Oregon Trail.
I find that one hard to believe.
Yeah.
But okay, keep going.
All right, how about this
Trail
one?
is in the 1840s.
How about this one?
How many faxes were available?
This is for
They
all
didn't
you-
even have electricity then.
This is for all you Star Wars fans, okay? God forgive me.
Go ahead.
France was still executing people by guillotine when Star Wars came out.
Oh, yeah, I believe that
I
one.
do believe that too.
Yep.
Oh, and this is my favorite. I swear to God, out of all of them, this one is my favorite.
All right.
Betty White
Betty White, who's
is
still alive.
older than sliced bread.
Yeah, she's what, 90 now?
Something like that.
91?
I wonder if she was the best thing since sliced bread.
No doubt.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you.
That was. I'll give you kudos on that one.
Thank you.
When Warner Brothers formed, the Ottoman Empire was still alive.
The
Harvard University-
Wait. The Ottoman Empire?
The Ottoman Empire.
You mean the footstools at the end of chairs?
That's right. They were made in they were made in South Philly.
Those Ottomans.
Weren't they from the east side of the tracks?
Yeah.
No, they were from Turkey.
Two Italians and an Indian walking into a bar.
All right. Harvard University was founded before calculus was derived.
I believe that.
Me too, because I never did get calculus.
I hated calculus.
Oh, this is another one of my favorites. And quite appropriate, I might as well. And Jackie, this one's for you. The last time the Chicago Cubs
Oh, no.
won a World Series,
Wait, 1918, right?
1908.
women were not allowed to vote.
Right. They were not.
Some of these are just given.
I know. Oh, here's another one. There was more time between the Stegosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus Rex than between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and you.
Wow. How many more you got? We on 20 yet?
I got, yeah, this is number 20.
Okay, good.
I'm hurrying. And I can quit any time.
No,
Go
go
right
right
ahead.
ahead. We got 3 minutes.
I know. All right. If you're over 45,
All right. Which you all are in the
the
studio.
world population has doubled in your lifetime.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
Too many. No,
Aren't
no,
they all our listeners?
Don't say it. Don't,
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Shut up.
There are
Shut up. Go ahead. Not you, him.
I know. There are whales alive today who were born before Moby Dick was written.
Damn soup cans.
Tips.
I like this one too. This isn't the last one. Yeah, I'll make it the last one because the other one is just pictures and I.
Good, because our
Can't see
groupies from Towson are listening.
Okay, here we go.
Say hi to Towson University.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Boy, love the enthusiasm.
We missed the hello there when he started.
Hello there.
Hello there.
If the history of Earth were compressed to a single year,
If the history of Earth.
the history of
Okay,
the entire
just
Earth
down-
was
okay.
compressed into a single year,
Gotcha.
modern humans would appear on December 31st at about 11:58 p.m.
I got that. And it wasn't even a Friday.
And for that reason, my Doing It with Styles award tonight, goes to time.
Nice.
Very nice. Let's hear it for K-Peg. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Doing It with Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction. And heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
I thought it was raining in Florida there for a minute. I've been in rainstorms like that.
What are you talking about?
The sound effect. You didn't hear the applause?
Yeah.
Didn't that
sounded
sound
like
like
rain.
rainstorm to you?
No.
Which-
Sounded like applause.
Which ear are you listening to?
This one.
No, that's why. You
No.
got better hearing.
The other
on
one,
outside.
the other segment, it was this
Why
one.
don't you put the other headset on?
I
with
can't.
that
He
one?
messed it up.
What do you mean? You
He,
just nothing out of that one?
messed it up. Trust me.
We're gonna have to do something.
Welcome back, Mr. Cash.
Yeah, great.
Jeez. All right, special shout out to Towson. Of course, Radar's listening with their group, and I think they're going to be calling in at the top of the hour to say hello to us. But let's give a shout out to Nick, Jake, Chris, Trevor, and Shannon. They're all listening right now.
Right now?
Right this very second, speaking of time.
At the same time?
all at the same time.
What are they doing up at 11 o'clock on a school night?
Hey, this is college we're talking about.
Party.
That's when I first started getting up at 11 o'clock at night.
Don't give them any ideas. They got one more day. And I think they may be calling in at the top of the hour. We may get a group call.
Oh, wow.
All right, so on that note, let's step aside. 1 hour is in the books already, fellers.
Finally.
Belinda Morse, the executive director of Honor Flight Southern Nevada, is due here in studio.
Is she going to bring in any pancake makers?
I don't
Remember
know.
we had
Brian.
Brian was
I don't
here.
know. I don't know if he's coming with her or not. We'll find out. We love surprises. 702-483-4444 is our number, or you can Skype us at Vegas on that radio. Give us a Skype call. Either way, we'd love to talk to you and have you part of our show. Mr. Bobcat, would you do the honors, sir?
Thank you very much, sir. And the first hour is down into the books. The second hour is up on the way. And, of course, we go downhill upon that, okay? Cash is back in the studios. We're going to do some birthdays, dates, and histories. We'll get it all. And, of course, the second hour. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, Jay Peg. Yours truly, the Bobcat. Second hour on the way next, guys.
All right, you know what that music means, Mr. Cash?
We are into the second hour.
Second hour, and you better buckle up. Well, actually, the first little bit here, we're not going to slide too fast because we have a caller on the line.
Oh, no.
We do. We actually have one caller representing a group of callers.
Really?
All the way from Towson, Maryland. Towson University. My daughter Radar's on the line. How are you, darling?
Hi, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. You guys must be bored if you got a whole group of people waiting to get on the phone with us.
Yeah, 2 of us are actually on duty, and the rest are just kind of hanging out down here.
Oh, so you're on duty tonight?
Yes, I am.
All right, don't let your boss know you're on duty and you're calling the radio show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll invite him down here next time.
All right, there you go. So who's with you? You said Nick, Jake, Chris, Trevor, and Shannon?
Yes.
Are they
there you go.
Are they listening right now?
They are listening right now.
So how come I don't hear them?
Well, they're listening to the actual radio part. They're in the room. Do you guys say hi, guys? Say hello.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we
There you
did.
go.
Good job.
We heard that part. Very good. Very good. So what's happening?
Not much. Just figured we'd call and say hello. Actually, Trevor has a question for you.
All right, bring it on. Put them on. Let's go.
All right, hang on one second.
All right.
This should
Hey,
be
how's
good.
it going?
Hey, what's up, Trevor?
Nothing much. So you ready for my question?
Do I have a choice?
I mean, you do.
No, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
So I was told by Radar to ask, who's on first?
That's correct.
No, who?
That's right. That's his name.
Is that it?
That's his name.
Is anyone on second?
Well, what's on second? I don't know who's on third. What else you want to know?
Who's playing short?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Is there anyone in the outfield?
Oh, absolutely. Yesterday is in left. Tomorrow is in center. And Mr. Cash, who's in right? Do you remember? Oh,
Mr. Cashew?
no.
Hey, wait a minute here. Wait a minute, Trev. Come
You
on.
have to wake up early in the morning to beat these guys, you know.
Yeah, dead air. This is called dead air now.
And I don't give a darn is playing catcher, by the way.
Okay.
Yes. It's
And then the next question I was told to ask is who your favorite daughter is.
that's let's see you get out of this one.
All right, well, I think we're going to put you on hold, and if it sounds like a dial tone, don't dial back in, okay?
Fair enough.
All right, fair enough. She knows better than to ask those questions. If she would home, I'd ground her ass.
He just said he was going to ground your ass.
Yeah. Well, it's always good to hear from the East Coast.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Trevor, for asking.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it. So are you on duty tonight, too, or are you just part of the contingency hanging out?
I'm just part of the shenanigans.
You're part of the groupie page.
That is correct.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate that you guys are listening down there and keeping the RAs that are on duty company tonight.
You got it.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
You too.
Let's see if that. Oh, there it is.
Oh, man.
There's that favorite dial.
Well, I told him I was going to put him on hold. How dare she ask him to ask me that question? She's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Trouble. Jeez Louise. All right. I don't know if they're going to call back. If they do, we'll bring them back in. So you know what that means. If you are celebrating a birthday today, March 26th, happy birthday from all of us at Vegas Unwrapped, and you are celebrating a birthday with these people. All right. Here we go. Mr. Cash, you feeling a little rusty?
I'm just raring to go. It's been a week since
I know. I know. You ready?
By the way, it's difficult to listen to the show when you're not there. It really is, because I'm sending you all sorts of stuff. I'm answering questions, and you're not on the right page.
No, the problem is you were posting them to my Aaron Phillips page,
which is what you always tell people to do, right?
No, I
contact me through Aaron Phillips on Facebook.
I do not. Through the instant messenger box as Aaron Phillips, not on my page. I don't read that page. I have the Vegas Unwrapped page up.
I see.
Then you started texting me. Then you sent an answer or two through the IM box. I don't know where you were sending me answers.
It was very confusing for me, too.
Okay, that's a cash.
I only got one answer right, by the way. So, just to let you know.
Only one? All right, here we go, Mr. Cash. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Actress Amy Smart is turning how old?
Who is Amy Smart?
She's an actress.
From where? What? Give me some hints.
I don't have it on this page.
Anybody know who she is?
I had the faintest idea, but I'll say that she's 71, man.
JPEG does.
She's 71.
Who's Amy Smart?
She's an actress.
There you go.
So what's your guess?
44.
44, 71. We're all over the
41.
page. How about 39? All right, how about we go with somebody you guys will know? Country singer Kenny Chesney is turning how old?
57.
57.
50.
50.
43.
47 would be the correct answer, however. Nice guess. Actor Billy Warlock is turning how old?
Billy Warlock.
Billy Warlock?
Who's Billy Warlock?
You guys are killing me here.
Oh, I don't. You're the one reading these questions, not us.
He used to be on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so that makes him 49.
42.
Wait, I got to get back to my page. 54 would be the correct answer. College and Pro Football Hall of Famer Marcus Allen is turning how old?
Marcus played in the 70s.
And 80s.
Did he make it to the 80s?
Yeah. I don't think he played as early in the 70s as you think. I think he was 80s and early 90s, personally.
Marcus Allen is 62 years of age.
62.
59.
59.
57.
55 would be the correct answer, gentlemen. Country singer Charlie McClain is turning how old?
Don't know Charlie.
About as old as Moses.
I don't know Charlie McClain.
I don't know. Let's go 50.
72.
28.
28. You know, he's 59. You guys are killing me. How about...
These are all such well-known...
Here's one that's really going to take you back. You ready? He's now a radio talk show host, but he was not when we first came onto the news scene. Curtis Sliwa from New York. He was one of those red-cap guardian angels in New York.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I think it was during Son of Sam.
Oh, really?
I think it was during Son of Sam in the mid-'70s
So that would be-
when his group was prominent.
30, 35. 54.
54.
I agree with him.
54 again.
I'll go 55.
How about 61? Do you remember Curtis Sliwa?
I remember a guy that used to walk around that if he was the guy you're talking about.
He always had the red beret.
Well, they all had that.
Yeah, but he was the leader.
He was the one that talked.
outspoken.
Right.
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 You have no clue.
He was the one that gave Bernie Getz the gun, right?
Singer and TV personality Vicki Lawrence is turning how old?
Mama!
Mama, yes.
Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence is 68.
Yeah, I used to think that she even looked a little bit like Carol Burnett.
I did too.
Did you think so?
Yeah, a lot of the makeup
I
stuff.
think she's younger, though, than
yes,
Carol.
yes.
Oh, yes.
And Carol, okay, 70.
67.
Ooh, so close, JPEG. 66 would be the right answer.
I was going to say 66.
Yeah,
But you
right.
didn't. Rock singer Steven Tyler from Aerosmith is turning how old?
112.
Yeah.
Boy.
And his lips are turning 212.
Steven, 62.
62.
I'm going to say 65.
65.
67.
67's the right answer, Mr. JPEG.
If I keep saying that, I might.
It's going to hit eventually. Exactly. Singer Diana Ross is turning how old?
Ooh, man.
She was just on the news last night.
Yeah, her new show's getting ready to open, too. And what a smart cookie. While you're thinking about it, do you see who the executive producer of that show is?
No.
Diana Ross. Do you see who the musical director of the show is?
Diana Ross.
Do you
There
see
you
who
go.
the production designer is?
There you go.
Diana Ross. There you go.
I didn't realize there were that many people named Diana Ross.
Well, she's definitely got them all lined up.
Do you know who the choreographer was?
Diana Ross's
Paul
daughter.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
69.
69.
73 for Diana.
73.
71.
Right down the middle is the right answer. 71's the correct answer. JPEG number 2. Holy cow.
He's winning tonight.
Woo! Actor Johnny Crawford is turning how old?
Johnny Crawford, the rifleman's
Kid.
kid?
I'll take your word for it.
68.
Oh, this guy's got to be
Or
old.
67.
About 73, man. I mean, Chuck Connors. Chuck was in his, 40s when he filmed the show?
Yeah. The little kid was maybe, 12?
12, 13. Got to be up about that. I'd say 73.
That's 12 and 50?
72.
72.
It's 67 or 68. One of those two.
69.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We were close, though.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of adding and subtracting here.
Yeah.
It's giving me a headache.
Actor, did you really?
Yeah, it was in my class, so that's what I thought. He either had to be my age or
69, according to what's here.
Well, they left him back a few years. and I don't mean Johnny Crawford either.
I do.
Actor James Caan is turning how old?
Ask him to pick his office now.
Yeah. They killed Sonny at the Causeway.
Oh, my God.
They got him at the Causeway. Right?
73.
You got to walk up. You got to go take it away. You got to bang, boom, the bang, bang, the bang.
I love it. Love it.
It's my daughter's my favorite movie.
Oh, it's got to be 70.
70.
73.
73.
75.
75 is the correct
Yeah,
answer.
the cat is right there, man. Yes.
House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi is turning how
God.
old?
Jeez. Didn't they mummy her? It was like somebody mummied her.
I love it.
75.
75.
70.
70.
81.
JPEG gets another one at 75. And last but not least, before we go to a couple of dates in history, retired Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor
God.
is turning how old?
She
You realize you have no shot to win.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
Well, I don't either, but
84.
84.
80.
80
85.
is the correct
Yeah,
answer.
man.
You, sir, are shut out.
Cash.
JPEG wins today with 3. The cat gets 2. And Mr. Cash gets goose egged.
Zippo.
Once again, happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped. It is now time for a couple of quick dates in history before we go to break. You ready, Mr. Cash?
Now I'll show him who's in charge.
All right, if you say so. Poet Robert Frost was born in San Francisco in what year?
I don't know, but it was winter.
Oh, no. I'm going to say 1882.
Not bad. 1874, though, would be the correct answer. In what year did the musical play Funny Girl, starring Barbara Streisand as Fanny Brice, opened on Broadway?
1970.
1964 would be the correct answer. Here's a gimme for you, Mr. Cash. I'm throwing it your way. In what year was a peace treaty signed by Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin and Egyptian President Anwar Sadat that was witnessed by President Jimmy Carter at the White House? Come on, this is a fastball right down the middle of the plate.
1978.
Oh, so close. 1979 would be the right answer. What year groundbreaking ceremonies took place in Washington for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial?
John should know this.
I bet you Belinda knows it.
She might, too. I'm going to say 1992.
1982 would be the correct answer.
See, I was close. I got a 2 and a 9 and a 1.
What year,
-1, -9.
minus the one that was critical?
Yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Its star, Jessica Tandy, was named Best Actress. What year?
She was an old bugger.
I'm sure Hugh Cronin appreciates that comment about his
He's
wife.
dead, too. D-E-D.
Dead.
All right. That's why this show is downhill. When was the Daisy driving around? 1981.
What did you say, 1981?
Yeah.
I'll give you a bonus point if you can tell me who her chauffeur was.
Morgan Freeman.
All right, I'll give you half a point for that one. But
All right.
1990 was the correct answer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Last one for you, Mr. Cash, because we can't take it anymore. Mercifully, the final question, and Belinda will help save the second hour. The bodies of 39 members of the Heaven's Gate techno-religious cult who committed suicide were found inside a rented mansion in Rancho Santa Fe, California. What year did that happen? And don't say a week ago Thursday.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. That was my next line. Rancho de...
Watch, he gets this one.
2001.
Oh, man, 1990. You got goose-egged all the way tonight. 1997 would be the correct answer, and mercifully that does it for this short version of Dates in History. Mr. Cash showing a little rust tonight after being away, and I guess we'll go to break, save some humility.
Thank you.
For when we come back.
Thank you.
And Belinda from Honor Flight of Southern Nevada, the big pancake breakfast is this weekend. She's here to talk about that and really refresh everybody's memory about what Honor Flight's all about. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Mr. Cash is trying to figure out what time we got to be where on
I don't
Saturday.
even know where time it is now.
Don't worry about it. I'll just tell you. I'll just be outside your place honking the horn on Saturday to pick you up. Let's see if I can get this folding table into my car. I don't have a truck anymore like I did last time.
I know.
So if I can get the folding table in there. So, and a couple of our big chairs. So, all right. It is time for a little decorum around here.
Not time.
And the person to bring that to us is the executive director of Honor Flight Southern Nevada and a good friend of ours in Vegas Unwrapped. Ms. Belinda Morse joins us. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for allowing us to be part of what we can do in a small way to help support Honor Flight. It's been an honor and a pleasure for us. This is what, our third breakfast we're going to be doing with you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And seeing you, of course, a couple of weeks ago at the Orleans for the Senior Spotlight Spectacular, which was great. That the proceeds, they supported the cause to help you guys. Talk a little bit about, for those who are not in the know, what the organization's all about.
All right. Honor Flight Southern Nevada is a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to escort World War II veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the memorials dedicated to their sacrifice. And that memorial wasn't finished until 2005. In case you have that question on your what's going on.
I just put it into my memory banks.
Into 2004, 2005, and many of those veterans, World War II veterans, were already in their 80s. So for them to get back to see that memorial is quite a challenge. So Honor Flight started flying people back, I would say, 2006, and we became a hub here in Southern Nevada in 2013. We're on our 5th flight.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Time flies.
We've taken over 150 veterans back since we started, and it's just incredible. It's an incredible event. Our next flight is in April, and we're having our pre-flight pancake breakfast fundraiser this weekend, March 28th, Saturday, from 8 to 11:30. This will hopefully get the money we need to finish paying for the flight. We got it all scheduled, but we ain't got it all paid for. So.
And the weather's going to be great, so there's no excuse from a weather perspective for people to come on down and have fun. I mean, even if you don't want to eat the pancakes, just come down, make the donation, sit and mingle with some of these veterans. They love sharing their stories. The ones who have gone on the flight before love sharing their experiences. I was mentioning before you came on, I was mentioning this in the first hour, that the last one that we did with you 6 months ago at the last breakfast, what's really cool is the biker veteran groups that come down. Of course, anytime you mention Harley Davidson, anybody with a bike's going to come. And what's really cool is we got to interview a group of Vietnam vets that were on their bikes. And the one gentleman was talking about the Vietnam War Memorial that's in Washington, and his emotion just started coming through. And to listen and sit with these veterans of any of the wars, any of the times they were in service, it's really heartwarming. And to sit down with World War II veterans who are in their mid-80s, 90s in some cases, and they fondly talk about their experience going back to Washington, it's got to be a highlight for them, and that's got to make you as executive director feel good for what the organization does.
It does. We have one of our board members, is Peter Mayhew. He graciously lets us use his office for all of our stuff.
I met him a couple of months back, yes.
And, he's been around Vegas for years, him and his family, and he said one of the reasons he got into Honor Flight Southern Nevada is because it's an instant reward for the dedication and time that you go, because these men and women are so appreciative of this opportunity to go back, see the memorial, and not only that, but have the opportunity to be around 30 other World War II veterans.
Absolutely.
And share their stories.
Absolutely.
And I just found out this weekend that a guy who went on a flight in April last year fought in the same battle as a flight of the guy who went in October, past October. So they're going to be at the breakfast.
Nice.
So it's really cool.
Nice. Mr. Cash?
It just warms my heart to just talk to these people, thanking them, of course, for their service. We lived through. World War II was done when I was born, and I went through the Korean War with my family, my parents. But Vietnam, when all the soldiers and people came back from them, the country's mood was not pro-military. And it's a shame. And of course, obviously, over the last, I would say, since the first Desert Shield, since 1990, there's been a complete turnaround in terms of our country's
acceptance.
Yeah, acceptance, acknowledgement, and understanding of what these young men and women sacrificed to make sure that the world was safe for democracy, using that as a cliche, but I believe in it, and I think it's great to be among these people.
It's really amazing to listen to their stories, and while we're on the trip, there's a lot of time, of course, on the plane, and then in the evenings at the hotel, around the bar, it seems to be. But that's when they get a chance to really open up, and you hear and for me, it's amazing to hear the sacrifices and the things that they did. But to them, it wasn't a sacrifice. To them, it was their job. It was their job.
Their responsibility,
Exactly. Their responsibility. They don't see it as a sacrifice. They say, well, that's what you did back then. That's what you did. And so for us to acknowledge, their service and let them know that we're thankful for their service, they're overwhelmed by it, and it means a lot to them. And so when the community comes out and supports them, they're very thankful of the community support we have here.
And let's tip our cap to the Harley-Davidson store.
Absolutely.
Who graciously give up their parking lot for 3.5 hours to support the organization and support the event. So tip our caps to those guys. And I think at the last breakfast, we had the honor of actually meeting the owner of the Vegas Harley-Davidson shop there. So we had, it was before the one on the Boulevard opened, which is now open, down by the Las Vegas sign. So big supporters of the event.
Yes, Mr. Cashman has just said, just tell us when you want it. And we're thankful to him and his organization for letting us come out there. And they help us spread the word. They hand out the flyers, just like you guys do, the great support you guys give us. Hand out flyers, do an email blast to their members, and tweet it, all that kind of stuff, letting us know. And they supply some of the chairs. They're there really early, making sure we're ready to go when we're ready to start serving at 8.
Absolutely. By the way, the Facebook page is Honor Flight Southern Nevada, and I'm sitting here clicking into inviting my friends list because the fact that you have 233 likes, this should be 2,333 likes.
It should.
So I'm working diligently on inviting my friends list here, and I started doing that this morning when you and I were talking on Facebook, and I know about 25 of my invites have already been accepted. So trying to spread the word. I think we're going to have a good showing because at the networking events I go to during the week, I've been publicizing it and talking about it, and a lot of people are into it. So what's the record number of pancakes Brian has gotten out in one breakfast?
Oh, I really wish I knew that. All I know is that by the end of the day, or actually the end of the serving, Brian is ready to go to sleep because he has been behind that grill for hours.
He's nonstop back there.
But we've double shifted this time. We said, okay, Brian, you come in the morning and we'll have someone relieve you in the afternoon. He would have been here tonight, but he's on spring break with his kids.
There you go.
So
That's all right. Hi, Brian.
We thought we might see him.
Yeah, he's on spring break.
Picture, if you will, the 5-gallon Home Depot buckets. Okay? Then picture that with pancake, all the stuffed batter that you would put in, the eggs and the milk and the whatever. Then picture a drill with a drill bit about 3 feet long. And this one guy, I don't remember who did it when we were there, just stirring the batter with the drill and this 3-foot bit in a 5-gallon bucket of batter. Support, it was just crazy, but
great pancakes too. I mean, you would think maybe you taste a little metal, but no, they're really good pancakes.
I'll have a side of Joel shavings, please.
Yeah, really.
So anyway,
and those are all clean to make sure we meet the health code.
Of course. What is the actual website of Honor Flight?
Honor Flight Southern Nevada. .org.
Okay,
yes.
There you go. So if you can't make it to the breakfast Saturday for whatever the reason, and you're going to miss a good breakfast, what is going on? Then by all means, get on the website. You can make donations to the website, PayPal or whatever.
Little tile there to click and donate through PayPal.
Get on there and make a donation. $5, $10, everything adds up. And what does it cost for one person to go back?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because we're actually had a big surprise this flight. Typically, we budget around $500, maybe $525 for a plane ticket. And in the past, we were able to get some of those tickets through Southwest.
Oh, I remember,
donated.
Right. They would help supplement that.
Right. And they do that through the national organization Honor Flight Network. And then they kind of drivel it down to us. Well, we didn't get them this flight. So, or the last flight. But this flight, we really could have used them because we got 19 tickets that were $340. Great. But then we had 25 tickets, $720.
Oh!
So
$720?
Really hurt us this time.
Wow, and that's direct.
So it's direct. And they can only give so many at the reduced senior rate, and then they have to go up to the next rate.
Wow.
And so
AAA discount, Costco card.
Nothing. They did come back to us and say, hey, we'll knock it $2,000 off. But when you already got a $26,000 bill.
Yeah, really.
But I cannot complain because Southwest is awesome, and they've already donated 25 tickets for the next flight. So we struggled for this one. We are struggling for this one, but we'll make it happen.
What is your fundraising goal for this Saturday?
I'd like to see us get this flight paid for. If we could make $7,000 to $10,000, I'd be ecstatic.
On average, is that within range?
It is within range. The last one we were at, we raised $7,000.
Wow. Okay.
So it is distinctly possible. Some of that comes in, of course, by your stories. We basically start counting the money from the day I talk to you guys.
Wow.
So the monies that starts coming online, I say that's definitely pancake breakfast fundraising. So we start counting that as pancake breakfast. So it's about $1,000 a veteran. To go.
You just had an event recently that highlighted Honor Flight America, and that was the
Honor Flight Southern Nevada.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about because it is nationwide.
Yes, it is.
The Senior Spotlight Spectacular again was it was promoted that way for Honor Flight.
Right, and portions of the proceeds did go directly to us, and they did allow us to sell raffle tickets there for some prizes that the businesses that are part of Spotlight donated, actually some businesses outside of donated those as well.
So you got off to a jump on that then?
We did. We got off to a jump, and that was really great.
Well,
so we usually just have the big pancake breakfast. There's just a small team of us, so trying to get that going, it's really a big deal when we can get as much support as we can.
I just want to let our sponsors know that we're going to go through to our next break, so we're going to skip the bottom of the hour break, Bobcat, okay? You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped here on Vegas All Net Radio with Belinda Morse, Executive Director of Honor Flight of Southern Nevada. Well, here's the thing on Saturday, through the courtesy of the Ricky Cash Fan Club, which you are a proud member of.
Yes.
And we appreciate your support of what we do to help the community. I don't know how much or what we're going to be able to do, but by Saturday, on behalf of Vegas Unwrapped and our crew, we're going to make a donation to the cause just because.
Awesome.
It's not $7,000, but it may be $70. But I'm only kidding.
It's what we do.
We're gonna try to do what we can on behalf of Vegas Unwrapped and the members of the fan club. So we're gonna make a little contribution of something ourselves.
Well, that's awesome.
So
we appreciate that.
Listen. It's great that you appreciate it. We appreciate the opportunity to support an organization like this and for what our small part is in terms of the big scope. For us, it feels that we are helping to spread the word and get the promotion out, talk to the veterans. But, whatever we could do, and I talk it up, whatever networking group I go to, sometimes, and I know it's catching because there are people that are bringing this stuff up before I even mention it in meetings.
Oh, awesome.
So it's working. It's getting out there. People know.
I'm getting calls, too, calls
great.
that I don't know where they come from. Monster Jam called us and said, hey, can you send some World War II veterans out today?
Wow.
So they were out today, believe it or not, signing autographs at Monster Jam today.
Cool is that?
So
It's amazing.
I got goosebumps thinking about World War II veterans signing autographs. How cool is that?
it was really cool. The Soldier of Fortune guy who changed his truck to support the military, and he had a little booth with camouflage on it, and two of our World War II veterans out there signing autographs with him, and he was phenomenal with them.
Very
and the
cool.
crowd was great with them. So the more we get the chance to just continue to not have that generation forgotten.
Absolutely.
Even it doesn't matter if it brings in tons of money, but if it brings in acknowledging their service, then we're good to go for that.
Absolutely. No question.
Let me ask you this, Belinda. Eventually, and hopefully it's not for years to come, but eventually you're going to run out of World War II survivors. All right? Is there any long-range plans to move it up then to Korea or Vietnam?
Well, we...
or to try to incorporate that as it gets smaller and smaller?
As it gets smaller, I can see some of that happening. Our primary mission, of course, is, and we were built basically for the World War II veterans, but the youngest right now you're going to run into is 86. So we're not going to get any younger than that. So even on this flight, we actually did something a little bit different this flight. We actually contacted Wounded Warrior and said, hey, we got a slot. We would like to bring a Wounded Warrior with us. So we are bringing a Wounded Warrior, and he was injured in Desert Storm. So that's something we added a little bit to try to keep those spots open, get as many veterans as we can, and still include those from other conflicts. So, yeah.
Interesting. That's what you have to do there. You do it through a seamless transition. Then there's no big hoopla about it. It just happens. People don't know the difference per se, and you just continue to support the next conflict, like you said. And
I don't know how long On a Flight Southern Nevada will keep going. It's a lot of work.
Sure.
And of course, our primary mission is World War II.
Mm-hmm.
We have a huge wait list of Korean and Vietnam vets already, and they want to know, can we go? And we just say, hey, right now, let us get this going. And we are taking a Vietnam vet on this flight as well. He's going with his dad, who's a World War II vet.
Oh, wow.
And his father-in-law, who is a World War II vet. And his son is going as a guardian, who is a Gulf War vet.
And
it's a family of 4.
The Vietnam vet is no youngster.
No.
He's got to be close to
70s.
60s,
yes,
late 60s?
Late 60s, yes.
Are they going to be there Saturday?
I don't know. They've been invited.
Okay.
We invited all of them.
Certainly, if they all make it, we'd love the opportunity to chat with them.
Yes, you will.
Especially the family, because that would be great.
Family.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Saturday, 8 to 11:30, the Red Rock Harley-Davidson on South Rainbow and Sahara. $5, right?
Yes.
That's it. $5. You get at least 2 pancakes the size of spare tires from Brian. A couple sausages, right?
Yes.
Orange juice, water, coffees, some of the drinks.
Yep.
Am I missing something?
We were really good. We have that's for each time we've had our pancake breakfast, and this is our 4th or 5th one. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. But the same coffee company out of Boulder City has donated their coffee every
Very
single
nice.
time. So
Very
I'd
nice.
like to thank them for doing that.
What's the name of the company?
Geez, I know. I should. I shouldn't have said anything because I just went through my head. But
Well, if you're a coffee company in Boulder City listening,
we thank you.
we thank you for
Absolutely.
sure. Right.
Well, when you come up with the name and all the people you want to thank, go
Yes.
ahead and post it on our Vegas Unwrapped page.
I will.
And then
That's
this
great.
way, just please, by all means, post it up there and let us. You see what my cover page is
I
from
do.
the
I
last
like
one.
that.
Yeah, it was a good picture.
I'm hoping they come again.
Well, we saw them at the Spotlight. They were there at the Spotlight Spectacular. So and hats off to Nina 10 for that event, which brings in about 2,000-3,000 people, or it seemed like, especially when the food came out. It seemed like everybody was coming to the food to offer a portion of their proceeds to be donated to you guys. Tip my caps to Nina for sure.
Yes, they were awesome. When they approached us, we were like, "Well, yeah,
That's
well,
right.
yeah,
Tremendous.
Twist my arm.
absolutely. What do I got to do?"
Right, exactly. Where do I sign up?
Belinda, will you have the saluting Marine?
I'm not sure where he is on his traveling.
Because we didn't have him last time, but we had him the time before.
Right, and then some of that just has to do with what his schedule is, and Brian usually keeps him in the loop. So
Great.
we'll see.
Great.
All right. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you guys again for having me. I always
Always
love
a
seeing you
pleasure.
guys,
Thank
so
you.
I appreciate it.
We'll see you Saturday.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta
Suntan,
get
lotion, and
some
all.
shirts, right?
That's right. We got to get new shirts.
New
this year.
shirts
this
Have
year.
you changed the shirts at all? Or are they the same?
No, I don't think we've changed
Actually, I
them.
like these collared ones that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our first ones we got for the board, and it's got the old logo on it, but I still think it's cool. So
I'll take one in a 4X if there's one laying around.
there's none left.
Oh, well. All right. $1 late and $1 short.
Yeah.
I wasn't even
Daily.
going to put in my size. I knew they were gone.
Oh, it never hurts to ask.
That's
No.
right.
no,
That's
no.
right.
All right. You have something there?
I thought you were going to break, right?
Yes, we are going to break.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, we can do this. I want to thank our good friends for stopping in tonight. We're down to the final part of Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, JPEG, Bobcat. We got a quick sports update and then weird news. Hang tight. It's downhill. Oh, my God. Hold on.
Okay. We're back. Before we go to weird news, let's throw it to the Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk with Bobcat.
Thank you, buddies. Let's do it, man. Come on. Well, Mr. Cash, you're back from the Carolinas where it's, down that interstate. It's Hoop Central, man. And Carolina didn't feel too well today. Wisconsin knocked them off 79-72, so the Tar Heels are out. Notre Dame is going to the Elite Eight first time in 37 years. The Fighting Irish are making their way to the second part of the big dance. They topped Wichita today 81-70. Right now at the half, it's Xavier and Arizona tied up at 28 apiece. And with about 11 minutes to play in the game, I don't even know. It's a 36-point blowout. I don't think anybody's going to touch Kentucky this year, guys. It's 66-30. NASCAR, paperclip this weekend, man. Hey, we're rocking and rolling out there. I'm putting it down. Kurt Busch got screwed last week at Fontana. He's going to take the checkered flag and bring home the grandfather clock, the STP 500. Kurt Busch, your winner this week at Paperclip in Martinsville. That's a look at sports. Baseball getting kicked under next week, Mr. Cash. You ought to be happy about that. The pitchers, the catchers, the swing, the crack of the bat, Dodger dogs, and all of them. Hey, did you hear about this? The new Dodger TV deal.
Oh, they finally got one.
Oh, but boy, Time Warner messed up on this. It's going to cost Time Warner $1 billion to cover the Dodgers this year, man. Whoa. Unbelievable.
They didn't have a deal with them last year.
They did
you
not.
You couldn't watch Dodger home games.
You couldn't do it, but they've put it together. But Time Warner stuck the neck out, and they've signed a deal for a $1 billion. Messy Dodger TV deal will cost Time Warner Cable $1 billion.
Wow.
And this finally end, what a great thing. Coach Dean Smith left every North Carolina basketball player that he coached a $200 check.
Yeah, I heard about
Yep.
that.
What a great
Good
thing.
job.
108 players through the years. 11 championships, 2 national titles.
Actually, it wasn't for all his players. It was for Letterman, I thought, or senior Letterman
Oh,
or
senior.
something. But whoever it was.
It just said, I just read the headline.
Oh,
It said that Dean Smith leaves every ex-North Carolina player he coached $200.
Okay.
So
That
that's
is
what the
updated.
sports.
Wow.
Very nice. All right. We have about 10 minutes to go, so let's strum up the band. It is time of the show. We actually realized that we're not as bad off as we thought with weird news. Mr. Cash, you want to start us off?
Not only are we not as bad off, but this takes some of the pressure off me. lead story. We'll talk about witness protection, guys.
All right.
Even dangerous felons sometimes serve short sentences, but Benito Vasquez Hernandez, 58, guilty of nothing, has been locked up for nearly 900 days as a material witness in Washington County, Oregon, murder case. The prosecutor is convinced that Vasquez Hernandez saw his own son, Eloy, murder a woman in 2012, and the case is on hold until the victim's body is found. This is wild. The judge has given Vasquez Hernandez 2 opportunities to leave, both impractical. Pay a $500,000 bond or give a video deposition, but he speaks no English and is illiterate in Spanish, said his lawyer, who speaks Russian, might be mentally incompetent. Tremendous. Good grief.
Well, this can't possibly be true. This is a story coming from Charlotte, North Carolina, Mr. Cash.
No way.
Yeah, Ranson IB Middle School in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I wonder if Lois taught there.
I don't know. Has a strict dress code requiring, for example, only hunter green outerwear.
Boy, I thought that said underwear.
Thus, on January 27th, when parent Chanda Spates dispatched her 3 kids in improperly hued coats, Ranson officials confiscated the contraband clothing, leaving the 3, along with 20 other sartorial miscreants, to make their way home after classes with no outerwear at all. Though the temperature that afternoon was in the 30s, following the parental outrage, the administrators certainly apologized.
All right, let's go on to the continuing crisis. The trendy St. Pauli neighborhood in historic Hamburg, Germany. You know that St. Pauli, that's the beer with the girl on it.
St. Pauli girl.
St. Pauli girl, right?
Yep.
Well, anyway, suffers its share of uncouth revelers who wander out from nightclubs seeking restroom facilities, but too often choose the walls of storefronts and private homes, reported the London's Guardian in the March Dispatch. The solution, according to the civic group IG St. Pauli, paint jobs with an intensely hydrophobic product known as Ultra Everdry, which somewhat propels liquid aimed at it right back towards the source by creating an air barrier on the surface. In other words, said the IG St. Pauli official, it's payback time, and shoes and trouser legs should be expecting some splashes. That is great.
Nice. Least competent criminals not ready for prime time. Tyler Langford, age 21, attempted a robbery of Minerva's Bakery in McKeesport, Pennsylvania this past January. And he committed, according to police, the rookie mistake. You ready for this, guys?
Yeah.
Of laying his gun on the counter so he could pick up the money with both hands. The clerk grabbed the gun and Langford fled, but was later arrested in March. And lastly, there are expert counterfeiters. And then there's Cass Adler, age 22, convicted by a court in Canada's Prince Edward Island of trying to pass $100 bills that have been printed on napkins. But they were fixed by Alder onto thicker paper.
We just can't make this up, folks.
No, we cannot.
No, we can't. Do I have time for another one?
Yes,
Sure.
sir.
All right, we have 139 frogs, toads, lizards, and turtles. Ms. Thayer Cooter told Seattle's MyNorthwest.com in March, touting her Edmonds, Washington amphibian rescue shop, especially the heroic job done recently on Rocky, the Texas toad, who came with stones in his tummy. He had to have a lot of enemies. Rocky is now stone-free. After passing all his pebbles, he's finally able to eat.
What did they give him to drink?
I don't know. Added Cuda. Turtles are underrated pets, very social, and love massages and cuddling.
Did he say
Good
cooter?
grief.
This is News of the Weird classic dating back to April of 2010. Supervisors,
Oh, I remember this one.
I'll tell you what, this is something that everybody who works on the phone would probably love to do. Supervisors at the Department for Work and Pensions in Carlisle, England, issued a directive in March of 2010 to shorthanded staff on how to ease their telephone workload during the busy midday period. Workers were told to pick up the ringing phone, recite a message while mimicking an answer machine. Quote, Due to the high volume of inquiries we are currently experiencing, we are unable to take your call. Please call back later, and then immediately hang up. Tell me anybody working on the phone couldn't wish they would be doing that anyway.
You gotta love it. All right, now let's get to the dirt. All right, a female teacher working in the Arizona Department of Corrections was brutally assaulted in prison.
Brutally?
By a sexual predator.
Oh, Lord, what a shock.
And has sued the department, but in February, the state's attorney general's office, contesting the lawsuit, told the judge basically that the teacher understood all along that she could get attacked in prison. She was administering inmates a GED exam, but that day had no guard support, not even one to hear her screams, and was given an emergency radio tuned to an unmonitored frequency. Nonetheless, Assistant Attorney General Jonathan Weisbard essentially shrugged, the risk of harm, including assault always exists in a prison like Eman. Wow.
So it was her fault.
Yes.
Wow.
Right. She was looking for it, right?
She was looking for it.
Yeah, I love that.
Want to thank Damon Christopher from Distinguished Publishing, our guest in the first hour. Want to thank the crew from Towson University checking in with us tonight down in Maryland. Want to thank Belinda Morse from Honor Flight Southern Nevada. Come out and see us Saturday from 8 to 11:30 for the pancake breakfast. Come for pancakes. 8 to 11:30 on Saturday.
Once again, I'd like to thank Lois and Mike Graff for a beautiful week out in Charlotte. And Mike, I hope you're feeling better because we're going to have to go to some more games. He's going to Yankee Stadium, by the way, to see the Red Sox.
Is he?
Or he's going to Boston to see the Yankees. I'm not sure which one it is now.
What? That's great. That's great. Just figure out that you only need one headset during a show, okay? You don't need to wear two at the same time. All right, we want to thank everybody for listening. Hey, don't forget, Tuesdays, 3 to 4 p.m. right here on Vegas On That Radio, the Tony Martini, my 50-year journey show.
I'll be back.
You'll be back with special guest Carolyn Mill will be on. And, of course, next Thursday, our April 2nd. April 2nd. 2 years we've been on Vegas On That Radio come April.
Could that be an April Fool's show? One day late?
Be kind to everybody. Be kind to each other. Why is that, Mr. Cash?
We are all we have.
Thank God. Have a great week, everybody, from Vegas. Unwrapped. Stay tuned for BCN Talk.